Hey guys, this is Chuck with ChuckGuide.com, and this is part one of a two-part video series I've created on how to build your MLM business fast. Now, I would encourage you on the bottom right corner of the screen, right down here, you'll see a little red button that says subscribe. You definitely want to click that button and get subscribed to my channel, because I'm going to be posting videos on how you can build your MLM business, whether you're building it online or offline. I'm doing both, so you definitely want to get plugged into that training and take advantage of it. So now, again, this is going to be part one, and then I'm going to have a part two. So let's head over to part one. One of the very first things people do have, or at least have used to do traditionally in network marketing, was they would have to build a list. Now, that might sound really horrible. You don't want to be calling all your friends and family. You want to build your business online, and if that's what you want to do, that's great. But I still would encourage you to call the people you know. Now, think about it this way. If you had a cure for cancer, would you not want to tell your friends how they could help themselves get rid of this cancer? Now, that's a rather dramatic thing to say, but really it comes down to that. Because if you really believe in what you're doing, then why wouldn't you want to share it with people you know? Now, you may choose that, you may find that actually doing it this way is more appealing than contacting people you don't know. I would at least say that in the beginning, you create a list of all the people you know, people who you do business with. One of my coaches used to say, Chuck, follow the money. So any place where you spend money, any business, then you need to go back to those companies and say, hey, I'm offering a telecom service, or I'm offering this kind of a service, and I'm wondering to know if you'd be interested in taking a look at it. Now, it doesn't. You're not trying to sell it. Selling is such a abused word, because really, to me, is selling is providing solutions to people who have a problem. So what you're doing is you're looking for people who have problems. You're not trying to pitch them. You're not trying to convince them. One of the cliches I used to hear is, a mind convinced against its will is of the same opinion still. You're not going to sell anybody on cigars if they don't smoke. Okay, so relax, and remember that the waitress who's walking around pouring coffee in the restaurant does not go in the back kitchen and cry when nobody wanted her coffee. It's not about her. They just didn't want coffee. Anyway, so you want to make a list, and I would all the friends, people you do business with, got that nailed down. And remember that people are going to take a look at you and go, is he trying to sell me, or is he really genuinely excited about this thing? Now, one of my cliches again, attitudes are contagious, so make sure yours is worth catching. If you're excited about something, the people you talk to, whether it's online or offline, are going to be far more interested in hearing what you have to say if you sound like you're really excited about what you have to talk about. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you treat your business, your network marketing business, like a real business. Now, if you invested, several $100,000 or even $1 million, if maybe you want to buy a Krispy Kreme franchise, are you going to, show up to it when you feel like it, or are you going to show up because you just invested every dime you had, mortgaged your house? You're going to show up every day, and my guess is you'll be the first to arrive and the last to leave every day. It's because it's a real business, and you put money into it, and your whole future into it. So, well, you know what? A network marketing business can provide you with hundreds of thousands of dollars in income every year. In the course of your lifetime, it's unfathomable how much money you can earn. Now, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a dime, because like anything, you have to work, and so there's a lot of different variables. But if you put if you're going to put some serious effort into it, then you can expect a serious return. Again, one of my cliches. If you want massive results, you got to put in massive action. Okay, and I would encourage you to write some of these cliches down, because I've been living them for the last 20 years, and so they're almost like second nature to me. So passion is extremely important. I would encourage you to write down how many calls you're going to make per day. So how many people you know are you going to call today? And if you're not calling people you know, how many cold calls are you going to make today? Now, if you just kind of go, well, I'm going to make a few calls, that's not good enough. Sorry. Eh. When I was calling leads, I was actually I would actually say I would write down a goal of calling 100 leads, and not everybody can keep up with that pace. But at the point where I was calling leads, I could, and I didn't waste time with people who were just tire kickers. If they weren't interested, then I wasn't trying to pitch them. I'm just sharing. Hey, if you want to earn an income, then I can help you to do that. No, I don't want any income. No problem. Goodbye, and I let them go. So write down the number of calls you're going to make, and I would also encourage you to identify how many signups you expect to see per day, or per week, or per month. I had one leader who I knew quite well, and he said, Chuck, you know what? My goal is to sign up 3 people into my business each and every month. So over the course of a year, I will have personally signed up 36 people minimum. Now, I may sign up more, but I will definitely sign up 36. That was his commitment. And his commitment beyond that was to help the people he brought in personally to do the same thing, to sign up 36 people. And that person is today, and at the time that I talked to you, at the time that I was talking to him about that, he was a leader then, and he's a leader now 20 years later, and very successful. So you've got to identify what your goals are. And don't worry about the money. People say, well, you're going to make all this amount of money. You're not going to make a dime if you don't put any effort into it. Nobody gets paid just to show up. You get paid for your results. So if you want to make a lot of money, don't worry about the money. Start helping people solve their problems. And for most people these days, they don't have enough money to last their month. They have more month than money. Okay, so you want to help people solve their financial problems. Maybe they've got some health problems too. Maybe they or some other issue that they're trying to reconcile. But the point is that you're out there helping people solve problems. And if you do that and you do it enough, the money will come. A lot of people go into the market and figure that, hey, well, I want to get X amount of dollars out of this. I was told I can make X amount of money. And so they're going there with empty pockets. They're going there with, I want, but they're not going there to give anything. If you want, you have to first of all give. And I think for a lot of people, that's what takes them out of the business, is because they're just in there for the fast money. Maybe they got sold on the idea that, hey, go sign up, get 3 people, I'll get 3 people, and in the course of a year, you're going to be a millionaire. It doesn't work that way. And I really get frustrated when I hear about people recruiting people into the business, pitching them about all the money that they're going to make, because that's just nonsense. Most people in business general don't make a dime, they go broke. And there's a reason for it. They give up. They have poor expectations of what they're going to have to go through to get it. Steve Jobs said if most people knew what they'd have to do to make it in business, they would never go into business. Fortunately, there's enough people in business that we can go and buy clothes and cars and everything, because there is money to be made in business, but you have to work at it. You want to make sure that when your company has a conference, you go and you get your butt to it. And you may say, well, I don't have enough money, You got a credit card? You don't have a credit card? Well, go borrow some money and get to the conference. Because when you get to the conference, here's what's going to happen. You're going to start seeing people crossing the stage who are receiving awards. And they're no different. They're no better looking than you. They're no smarter than you. None of those things. You may say, well, if I was as good as he was, I'd make money too. Or if I knew the amount of people he knows, that's a bunch of nonsense. And it's an excuse just to make you feel okay. You know what? They started off broke in this business too. They didn't come into this business knowing thousands of people, and they just, turn them over to their computer and all of a sudden their downline is built. No, they did it one brick at a time, and you can do the same thing. And when you go to these conventions, you're going to see people who've done that, and you can go up and talk to them. Say, hey, George, or hey, Bill, I'm really impressed with what you've accomplished. What did you do? What was some of the defining moments in your business? What really helped you to take off? Pick their brains. You're going to be flying with eagles. If you want to fly with turkeys, they don't get off the ground. But if you want to fly with eagles, get to conventions. And here's a really bonus tip. Get the people that you've brought into the business and the people that they brought into the business to the convention. Dominate lines of chairs. I've gone to convention after convention, and you go to sit down, and a person says, "No, you can't sit there. That seat's taken." And you go to sit over on the next chair over. No, we've got the whole 3 rows here. You're going to have to find some other place to sit. They've allocated rows for their team because they've brought their team to the convention. Well, guess what? When they see their leader go up on stage and get an award, how great is it going to feel for them? It's somebody that they know, somebody that's in their business, that they connect with, achieving an award. And maybe it's somebody who just joined and has had some extraordinary, I mean, they really put the effort into it and they've rocketed out. Now people are going up and cheering them on and saying, "Hey, well done, good job." That's what really gets people's excitement level up.